By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Welcome to another episode of Timmy Talks, the channel where we talk old school magic. And today we are going to look at a game between Koos on the left, who is playing an Atog deck, and Erwin on the right, who is playing a robots build. And we are starting the game. Oh, that's cool. That hand went very fast from Koos on the left. I believe I saw a Rico on a black vice. It's Erwin on the right on the play, and he's playing with the robots deck. And let's see what he is going to do that first turn. And there he starts. There he goes. Planes into a Manifold and a Black Lotus. Pretty good start here. Second the Lotus, playing a Time Twister. Interesting. So yeah, when you have it, use it, play it. Goes if Erwin is not playing conservatively, that's for sure. But it's a good move because you win one card. And that is the Manifold. So he's a Manifold in the plus thanks to the Time Twister. And he gets to draw 7 new cards. So a chance of like hitting a Mox. Or maybe drawing the Black Lotus again, And there you go. There's a Mox. So there's a Mox on the field. So with 6 cards in hand, he has a Plains, a Manifold, and a Mox. So that's not too bad. Ooh, that's a good start. A Workshop into the Black Vice into a Manifold. And remember, there's no mana burn. So that one mana that Koos didn't use is not too bad. Ooh, there we go. I believe that was a Strip Mine. That went very fast, but I believe it was a Strip Mine on the Workshop. And there is the Black Lotus again. That's pretty cool. I mean, how many games do you see where a player plays a Black Lotus turn 1 and a Black Lotus turn 2? That's pretty cool. Let's see what he's going to do with all this mana, because he now has 8 mana. And that is in turn 2. That's like ridiculous. Okay, he uses 2 mana to play Copy Artifact, copies the Black Vice, and uses the mana from the Mox and the remaining mana to cast a Chaos Orb. And he's going to flip probably on the Manifold. That means that Koos has no mana available. So he has to start from scratch again. Only having that Black Vice on the field. And he's playing a Volcanic Island, passing turn. It's not looking good for Koos here. And there's tap for 5. There's a Sarah Angel, and things are getting worse. And remember, he's also getting the damage from the Black Vice, the copied one. And okay, that's a Chaos Orb. That's pretty good. So at least he can do something about the Sarah next turn, because at the moment he's all tapped out. A Disenchant now would be brutal, by the way. He's going to attack for 4 and passing turn. So no Disenchant, it seems. Maybe on activation. And probably Koos is going to pass. I wanted to say he's probably not going to activate his Orb now. You want to do that when Erwin decides to attack. And there we go. Yep, there's the flip. I like this. It's a game with a lot of flips. It's our second Chaos Orb flip. That's nice. Good flippers. Bam. It's a hit. They're taking it easy. Yeah, maybe they're probably cheering on the flips. I mean, that's one of the most fun things to do in old school, is just flipping your Chaos Orb. And there he takes another damage, and he's playing a Triskelion. There is the robot in the robots deck. And usually when these decks start playing out Triskelions, it could end really, really quickly. Koos playing a Suchi. And Erwin is drawing. This seems to be, it's his only card in hand. So he's top decking right now. And he's doubting. Okay, he's playing a Time Walk. Okay, so basically he's just swapping his cards. And the Triskelion is going for the attack. Suchi declares. Response is the Swords. So he's gaining 4 life. And he's losing. He's losing the 4 life immediately from the Triskelion. Let's see. Okay, there's an Ifrit. Ceramic Ifrit, the 3/4. The problem here is that it's not going to kill that Triskelion. But we do see that Erwin is also on a life total of 12 at the moment. Decides to attack. I mean, Koos does have more cards in hand, so that there is a slight advantage for him on that department. He's got 3 cards in hand. Erwin is top decking now. He's got 1 card in hand. Obviously, we don't know what he just drew. Deciding to take the damage. When there's some action, there's a copy artifact. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the thing with these decks. Those copy artifacts are brutal because just for 2 mana, you have another Triskelion. And especially when you allow your opponent to have 1 Triskelion in play, it can get messy very quickly. And you see now that Erwin has 2 Triskelions, and it also means that he has 6 direct damage there. And Koos is also taking damage. Oh yeah, there's the pin, Northern Paladin Cup pin here, because that's where it's played in Groningen, the Netherlands. And what I wanted to say is he's got 6 direct damage there, and Koos is also taking the damage from the Serendip. This is interesting. So he's playing a Wheel of Fortune. Hands are being discarded, but this is very risky. Very risky indeed. But what can Koos do? He has to. He's attacking. This is interesting, the fact that he's attacking. He must have something up his sleeve, or else he wouldn't attack. And Erwin doesn't want to take the risk and shoots the Ifrit out of the sky. So robot arms are grabbing the Ifrit. The Ifrit's like, what's going on here? He's dead now. Sacking of the Black Lotus. We're seeing a lot of Lotuses this game. There's another Black Vice, another Black Vice, 4 Black Vices on the board. That's pretty cool. And there's a disenchant. And remember, Erwin had a full hand. He now has 6 in hand, meaning he takes 6 damage, so he goes from 12 to 6 life. I like this game from display from Koos. He knew if I'm not going to play the wheel, it's not going to work out, and he decided to go for the old-fashioned wheel vice combo, and it paid off with having 4 vices on the board. But unfortunately, that disenchant from Erwin. He's on 6, but after Erwin, all of a sudden, Erwin is in trouble. And he only has a 1-1 Triskelion and a 3-3 Triskelion. And it was a good decision to blow out that Ifrit there. There was a good read from Erwin. What is he going to do now? He's going to attack first. Going to go in for 3. For 4, sorry. So that means Koos is on 5 life. Playing a Suchi. Passing turn. And I believe Erwin's hand is hard to see from here, but Erwin's hand is pretty empty. Or not. I mean, is that 5 or 4 in hand? I can't really see. And that's a big difference with those vices on the board. If he has 6 in hand, he's dead. But I don't believe it's 6. I believe it's 5 in hand. But to be honest, I'm pretty impressed by Koos's. Oh, beer's empty, guys. We need new beer. But I'm pretty impressed by Koos's earlier play, because I thought he was dead there, and he's got a fighting chance. He's playing a Suchi. And 3 damage, so that means Koos had 5 cards in hand there, taking 3 damage. And he's untapping his Manifold. Obviously, he doesn't want to take any more damage, but untapping your Manifold. Oh, and look at that hand. Lands, and then a Ifrit. This is difficult here for Koos. For Erwin. Erwin's playing a Factory. I think he has to play that Serendip. I mean, you want to empty your hand, right? Only on 3 life. This is difficult. I would definitely attack with the Suchi. So what is he going to do? Oh, so he's going to activate his Factory and he's going to attack. And that's the game. Of course, he's only on 5 life. And that's the game. Well done. Now let's continue to game number 2. So game number 2, and it's Koos on the play, and I see him scrying here, so that means he must have taken a mulligan. So he's starting with 6 in hand. He's playing a strip mine as his first land. Interesting. And that kind of maybe changes the choices that Erwin is going to make facing that strip mine. I think it's maybe giving Erwin an advantage that he knows that strip mine is there. He's playing a factory and he's playing a Lotus again. That's nice. Cracking the Lotus, playing a Chaos Orb there. And he's playing a copy artifact on the Chaos Orb. So he's got 2 Chaos Orbs. So this is funny. And Koos is also playing a Chaos Orb. So it's Chaos Orb battle here. We already saw 2 flips in the previous match. And I thought we were going to see a double flip. But it's a Divine. So that means 2 lives for Erwin here. And the Chaos Orb is gone. And there's a Time Walk used by Koos. And a Soul Ring and into an Ifrit. So I'm curious if Erwin is going to use one of his orbs to get rid of the Ifrit. We'll see. There's another factory. And he's going to flip. What would you choose in this situation? He's going for the Soul Ring, so he's going for the mana. Good flip. Soul Ring's gone. Passing turn, taking a damage from the Ifrit. And another flip on the Ifrit. Okay. So they're both gone. Passing turn again. Tapping for... there's the bolt. Okay, so he was attacking with his factories, so I couldn't really follow that. But there was a bolt on one of his factories, and there's a Mind Twist for 2. And Sage of Latnan, one of my favorite cards, gone out of there, and a Mind Twist. And that was good news for Koos. And Koos is playing an Atog. We haven't seen his Atogs much. So hopefully in this game he can get an Atog into action. There's an attack by the factory, so that's 4 damage. And I believe Koos now is down to 9. So it's not looking great. There's a lot of pressure from the get-go. And again with the 2 factories, he's down to 5. That's why he wasn't using his strip mine. He wanted to play the Tsuchi as a blocker. And remember, if Erwin decides to get rid of the Tsuchi, which I believe he is, he's going to feed it. Exactly, he's going to feed it to his Atog. So his Atog then turns into a 3/4 as a blocker, which buys Koos some time because Erwin is obviously not going to attack with his factories now. What's he doing? Ooh, yep, there's the robot in the robots deck. And there is a Juggernaut played by Koos. Koos on 5 life. And if he can manage to get another Triskelion on the board, and that's a win for Erwin. And this is what happens with a robots deck. Triskelion is not only a 4/4, it's not only a killer of small creatures, but it's also direct damage. It's a very expensive lightning bolt. And when you have 2 Triskelions, you can do 6 damage. And, especially in a robots deck with all those copy artifacts, man, before you know it, you have like 12 damage, 15 damage, direct damage Triskelion counters on the board, which can be very, very painful for your opponent. Okay, so that's a 2-0 victory for the robots deck over the Atogs. Thank you for watching this episode of Timmy Talks, and see you next time.
Icketus, ficketus, sumba, kazee.